far end, John Kemp. If we can have an opening statement from the head coach, and then we'll take questions just from the audience for the student athletes. Coach.
I want to congratulate Loyola. They played well, and I thought they made enough plays, made more plays than we did, and deserved to win. I didn't think we played very well. There's no quitting our guys, and but we just didn't play well today.
Questions? Sorry, keep the microphone up here.
I'm pretty loud talker. Sean, can you just talk a little about what was happening on offense for you guys? There were stretches where you guys were cold, and then you get a couple quick. Just was it hard to find a rhythm or anything out there?
It was. They did a good job on defense today. They really got out and pressed us when we were trying to dodge. And we've come accustomed to those runs like that. I think the biggest problem was we didn't shoot well. We've been playing really well, good offense thus far through the tournament, and our shooting was a main reason for that. And today we didn't shoot in the right spots, and the goalie played well. He made a couple big saves down the stretch, and I think that's what really hurt us.
John, can you talk a little about just the way that Lusby, particularly his success early in the game, what makes him like a challenging shooter to try and stop?
I think he's shown all year that he's a great scorer. I don't know how much he ended up with today, but I knew he found the back of the net a few times. So I think they know what they're good at. They have a couple good shooters. I don't know if Sawyer actually scored, but he had a couple good looks. Obviously Lusby started off pretty hot, so he was their go-to guy today, and he got it done.
Anyone else right here?
Coach, just wanted to ask you, just after some long droughts with no scoring, you guys were able to score back-to-back goals twice very quickly. What was the differences as to what they were doing during those long periods where you weren't able to score, and what opened up in those quick spurts where you were able to get goals?
It was almost inevitable that if we were going to score, it was going to be in quick spurts, because we were playing quick spurt offense all day. We just didn't possess the ball well. We weren't patient. We weren't selective in our shots. I don't disagree with what Sean said about us shooting poorly, but I think when you take poor shots, you shoot poorly generally, and I thought that's what we did. I thought we settled most of the day for average attempts at the offensive end, and we just weren't patient and selective enough. We pride ourselves on working hard and having good possessions, and I don't think we have a bunch of great scorers. That's not who we are as a team. But we have a lot of guys who can score if we play good offense. And I think when we don't score, it's not because a guy had a bad day or because a guy didn't shoot the ball. It's generally because we didn't play good offense, and that's what I thought was the result today.
How big was the goal, too, that they got with just seconds before the half?
Oh, I don't think that mattered. Quite honestly, they outplayed us by more than a goal at a half. If it had been 4-3, they would have been kicking themselves in the pants. 5-3, it didn't make any difference. We still knew that there were plays to be made in the second half that were going to win that game, and we needed to make them. So I don't really think that goal was as big as probably most people are going to think that it was. I think 5-3 probably was more reflective of the play of the game in the first half than 4-3 was, if you want to know the truth.
Coach, stats are generally pretty even except for face-offs. You guys really dominated on face-offs. I guess how do you kind of reflect on that? Just the anomaly of being that successful but not being able to translate into more possession.
Yeah, I would have thought, honestly, that if we could have had that many possessions coming out of the face-offs, that would have translated into us playing some more kind of smart, patient offense. When you're getting the ball after every goal, generally that's a kind of a calming thing for everybody. It relaxes everybody. It's not like we've had a lot of games this year where we've had people kind of hold the ball on us and stuff like that, and so we've gotten used to having the other thing happen to us, which is not getting the ball for long periods and being able to keep our poise. And I just don't know that we did a good job of keeping our poise offensively today, even though we were getting the ball on the face-off. So it's a little bit of an anomaly to me. I'm not sure why that's true.
Sean, on the offensive end, did it feel like you guys were just kind of I guess, rushing a little bit, or guys were pulling trigger a little too quick?
A little bit. I think, you know, we had good opportunities. We didn't have great ones. And as Coach said, I think we settled a little bit because, you know, on a lot of free dodges we had looks, but if we were more patient, you know, we like to say in the first 30 seconds we can get a good look, but a minute you're going to get a great look, and 90 seconds you're going to get a phenomenal look. And I think we tend to settle a little bit for the 30-second looks today. And I think that's really, you know, what was the problem on offense.
We have it over here. If we can make sure to use these microphones. And questions for the student athletes, please.
Coach, Lusby and Sawyer were kind of the big guys coming in. What were you trying to do defensively against them, and what did you see, and how Lusby did it end up having such a big day?
You know, it's a little bit the same thing as the offense. When, you know, when somebody has 5 goals, it's not because we game plan to get them 5 goals. And it's the same thing defensively. We don't, you know, we try to defend their team, and there are a number of things that they do very well. You know, they're really dangerous in transition, and part of that is that Lusby and Sawyer are such good shooters that in transition they tend to get a little time and space, and they're dangerous there. And those guys are really good on the backside. If you notice their offense, always one or the other of those guys is always on the backside of the field almost. And when they can skip the ball and get those opportunities, those guys are going to get, you know, the same time and space they get in transition. And they're very hard, as John said. Those, you know, just they're really good shooters. And if they have that opportunity, those are tough saves for a goalie to make. We hope to be able to limit those numbers of skips and those kinds of things, and to be able to rush those shots, and we weren't able to do that as successfully as I want. But, you know, you're not going to win many games at this time of the year with 5 goals. I think Notre Dame Lacrosse is a testament to that, since we sit here for the 3rd year in a row on 5 and without a trophy. So, you know, that's we simply have to do a better job at that end of the field as well.
John, did it feel like the defense kind of came together at the end of the game there? I mean, you got, after 2 quick goals by them in the 3rd, you guys shut them out for the rest of the way.
Yeah, I mean, they came out with that really, really quick goal. I don't know, it was like 10 seconds in or something. But and then after that second one, I think we kind of came together and kind of knew that, I mean, offensively we're having a little bit of trouble, so we kind of needed to clamp down and stop them. I think we didn't give up any goals for the rest of the game. And we were able to get a couple more opportunities late in the game, getting a couple takeaways. So, I mean, we did what we could for the team, and it was a team loss.
Anyone else? Thank you, everyone.